Hey everyone, it's Dick here. This is the first in a three-part series addressing a viewer request to compare riding a small displacement motorcycle like this Mutt 125 to a larger displacement or full-sized bike after earning a full motorcycle license. This first video will look at the nature of a 125, and in subsequent videos we'll look at a midweight and a full-size bike. Hopefully this will offer enough insight to my viewer's request.
Hey everybody, it's Dick here. I had a viewer ask me to comment on what it's like to ride a 125 and then grow into a full-size bike. And I think that's a really interesting question. And it's a valuable question because there's lots of people who buy these 125s. They will ride it for as long as they can until they're really confident on them. And then they'll want a little bit more. The power difference between a 125 and even a 250, and then a 250 to a 400, a 5, 650, 700s now, 800, those jumps in CCs might not seem like a lot, but there really is an increase not only in power output. Most of these bikes come with heavier frames and bigger tanks, carrying more fuel, bigger tires, bigger wheels. The increase of power gives a little bit of justification to the manufacturers to make the bikes more robust. And so a big fear for a lot of riders going from a 125 even up to like a 250 is am I going to be able to handle that? How am I going to be able to handle that? What is it like? I do really believe in riders, even experienced riders, taking training and going to training, and when you go to training, you're going to be in controlled situations where you're going to be able to see what that difference is. But before you even take the leap to go to training, you kind of have this curiosity, you have this question of, can I do it? Am I going to be able to do it? And really, the key to going from a 125 to a full-size bike that you can ride on a full license, and I'm not talking like an A2 license with limited horsepower, etc., like a full-size bike, is one, you want to decide, is that something you're interested in? Do you want a full-size bike? Some people go right from 125 to a leader bike, 1,000 cc's or higher. Well, I got my full license, now I can go to 1,000 cc's. To what end? Why do you need 1,000 cc's? Has your riding, has your route, has your experience changed in such a way that you need a bike that can pull over 100 miles an hour? So what I'll do for my friend who asked about the difference in bikes, what I'll do is I'll take 3 bikes out. I'll take a 125. We'll talk about the nature of the 125. Take out a midweight. Now the midweight I have access to generally is my 500 Thumper Royal Enfield. So that'll behave a little differently. And I'll take I guess that would be classed as a midweight as well, but take out my 800 GS, and we'll just talk about the difference in the bikes. We'll just talk about the character of a 125. A 125, it's an economy machine. It's an appliance vehicle. So it's built to a budget. There's a limited universe of consumers that are going to be buying 125s, and really the power of the engine limits the materials that you can use because you need to keep the bike lightweight because of the power plant, and it's going to be a budget vehicle. And even those 125s that are a bit nicer spec, a bit better in terms of material quality and build quality, those are unique, and they're so unique that there are talking points about those bikes. I think one of the things you're going to notice right off the bat when you move up to a new bike, when you move up to a bigger bike, is the material quality, the robustness of the bike, the weight of the bike, and the quality of the bike. 125 out on a road like this, you feel a bit vulnerable. You feel like you're riding on the raggedy edge. And there's something to be said for that, but a bigger bike is going to give you a bit more stability, a bit more peace of mind at speed. You don't feel like you're kind of rattling down the road. On a bike like this, you feel a bit like you're rattling away. And you're aware that you're at a top speed. Having more speed in your quiver, in your arsenal, so to speak, is safer. Speed is safety. It's not going fast that's safe. You do have to get up to speed quickly on a road so that you're not going to be rear-ended or barreled on by people who are traveling at speed or speeding. But having excess speed, having extra speed is safety. Like I'm at the top end now, so I'm not escaping anything using my speed. Any escapes I need to make are going to be through deceleration, through braking, and through maneuvering. But I'm not uncomfortable out here in any respect. The thing about 125 too is a 125 is built to a budget. there's a limited universe of consumers who are buying 125s. And so your componentry is not going to be the highest spec. And when you find a bike that's a 125 that has higher spec componentry, one, you're paying for it. But two, it's unique and people notice it and people comment on it. It is something that is out of the norm. And that, that is telling of the standard of quality on a 125.
Click on the link to go to the next video in this series where I discuss riding a midweight, my Royal Enfield Classic 500. If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.